Fertilizer prices might hit 7,000 shillings in the near future if no subsidies put in place as global prices increase following the Russia-Ukraine war. Agriculture Cabinet Secretary Peter Munya says he needs 31.8 billion shillings to stabilize fertilizer prices in Parliament, offering 3 billion shillings for the program in the supplementary budget.
Given the circumstances and now even the war in that region, Russia and Ukraine, the prices could even go further. In fertilizer prices is due to the impact of COVID-19, which led fertilizer producing countries such as China, Russia and Turkey restricting exports to protect their farmers, and heavy consumers such as India, Brazil and USA buying large quantities, hence creating market scarcity. If this trend continues, DAP prices may go as far as 7,000 Kenya shillings per bag.
And that is maybe the reason I normally tell people that when you go to these hotels, you will get ugali sosa, because it is not taken serious. It is taken that you can be given ugali sosa. Why is it that in all the other crops or all the other things, you don't get such things? We need to take it more serious, because this is a staple food that every Kenyan touches on it.
You and me eat ugali, and we are mitigating much of coffee, as say tea. You see, you can't take coffee and sleep. Farmers of maize was eating today, and farmers are now relying on us, you and us. We are Parliament, you are Waziri. We must have an answer for the prices today.
We would require a total of about 1 billion, 851, 916,000 if we were to take those prices that prevailed at some point in time.
Already put the 1.4 billion, which is already in, but they are saying it is not sufficient. Can we put 3 billion? What do you think?
Supplementary, we had done the 1.4 billion, and we added a 1.6 billion
To
3 billion. What we had from other area, where the money that was ready was 1.4 billion, but we had requested budget to add another 1.6 billion to make it 3 billion to start with, as 10% of what we are starting with, to be able to allow farmers to go to the farm.
Agriculture is devolved. We should never forget that. We talk about agriculture every day, and we ask the national government questions, but nobody ever asks the county government questions on what they do with the money set aside for agriculture. And I will not tire repeating that. You devolved the money for agriculture, you took it to the counties, then you ask us to account.
What is before us is not just a mere agricultural sector that is devolved. It is actually a question of food security. And that is the reason why Parliament, including even the Budget Committee at the moment, they have decided to adjourn to wait for this conversation, because we need to see whether we are putting more money or we should try and look into the budget.
But I think Waziri knows that we don't want to subsidize everybody. We want to have what we call targeted subsidy.
Yes.
And this targeted subsidy, Waziri, if you really look at 3 main farmers, the main categories of farmers, that is the maize farmer, the wheat, the what do you call this one, the potato farmer, and the one which actually provide food on our table.
And we are not saying there is no problem. There is a problem. We need to address it together. We need to address it together. You need to provide us the money to subsidize fertilizer. That's the bottom line. And we've read a cabinet paper that is explaining the problem and asking for support. Parliament is able to vote in money. This is not the Parliament of yesterday. This is a Parliament that has a budget office that participates in budget making.
MPs faulted Treasury for omitting the 1.4 billion shillings in the budget policy statement allocated to subsidize fertilizer.